Hello, dear friends, long time no see, and thank you so much for tuning in to my latest digital painting time lapse where I'll show you how I painted this cute little rainbow kite kitty cat. This piece was inspired by today's sponsor, Gamify, which is a fun and creative way to add games to your official website. Stay tuned until the end of the video for a quick demo on how to spruce up your website with Gamify. Okay, let's get started with the painting demo. I created this piece using the Autodesk Sketchbook app, this time on my laptop. I have a Microsoft Surface and it comes with a little stylus and a touchscreen. So I thought since I've been dabbling with digital art lately, it might be fun to try out some different devices. I did make a video featuring a very affordable and pretty nifty Android tablet, which was my previous video that I uploaded. But for this piece, I wanted to see how my just regular work laptop would hold up. And honestly, I was very pleasantly surprised with the results. So it was great because I could paint this and at the same time multitask. Yeah, this actually is not sponsored in any way. I'm just using my old laptop that I've had for like 5 years. So this is actually quite a good app. And right now the Autodesk Sketchbook app is free to download. If you guys want to check it out, I can leave the info for this app in the video description. So as long as you have a desktop or a laptop or a tablet of some form, you can download this app for free and try out some digital painting. I have never tried the iPad Procreate app yet because I don't have an iPad, so I have nothing to compare it against. And like I said in my previous video, I haven't really touched digital painting at all, except to just make quick mock-ups in Photoshop. So this is actually my first introduction to the official, digital painting world. And so far, I've only used Photoshop and Autodesk Sketchbook, and both have been awesome. In fact, at the end, I did use Adobe Photoshop just to polish up some final details. So these two actually work pretty well in congruence with each other. You can save your video file as a .psd when working with the Autodesk Sketchbook app. So yeah, if you want to dabble in both, they transition pretty seamlessly from one to the other. And I know that typically I make oil paintings that are quite dark and ethereal. They're usually like surreal portraits of dark, mysterious alien women. And this piece is quite a departure from my usual subject matter. But I had a lot of fun, and I am having a lot of fun continuing to make this new style of work. I think right now, because of the current state of the world, we're all just kind of swimming around in this deep ocean of uncertainty and anxiety and stress. I myself have definitely been influenced by that, and that coupled with a lot of stressful things happening in my personal life, which I will not dive into now, but basically one of my pets was sick, and I've been dealing with that a lot for the past few months, just trying to find treatment options and things like that. So it's just been really hard to keep my mood elevated and to keep a positive outlook. And it's definitely spilled over into my work. So as you all may have noticed, I've been kind of quiet on social media. I haven't posted on YouTube in almost a month, and I rarely find the energy or the motivation to even post like an Instagram story. It's been just kind of weird, not just only being physically quarantined, but I feel like I'm kind of mentally quarantined as well. And I found that if I create art that is very bubbly and positive and happy, it really does help cheer me up. It's like I'm fully immersed for hours a day in this world that's full of sunshine and rainbows and cute pink kitties, and it just brightens my mood without me even realizing it. So like with this piece, when I started it, I was actually really stressed. I was running behind on the deadline. I felt really bad, and I just couldn't find my artistic muse during the time. But once I got the ball rolling and started fleshing out this adorable little angel kitty, I just couldn't help but smile. Like it's so fun and so beneficial to create art that makes you happy. So even though this is very different from what I usually make, and I know it's not really what I'm known for. I loved creating this piece, and I'm just want to give a quick thanks to Gamify for giving me this opportunity and helping to support my channel and the art community, and also giving me the inspiration to create something that is so lighthearted and so positive. I also think that for so long I was very concerned with making sure that I have a consistent, like, signature aesthetic, that I didn't stray too far away from my typical themes and subject matters and color palettes, because I wanted to have a very solid and distinctive kind of almost brand of art that I create. So I was always afraid of creating this art, which almost feels like it could be used for a kid's game or like a kid's cartoon. I was afraid of doing that because I didn't want people to not know what to expect from me. You know, that there was always advice that I was reading online in interviews about how if you want to be a successful artist, you should definitely stick to a consistent theme so that when galleries and clients and partners want to work with you, they know exactly what to expect. But yeah, I guess because right now we're all kind of living in this strange alternate reality where everything's really jumbled, I just kind of threw those expectations out the window and decided to just create whatever art in the moment makes me feel good and makes me happy. I think that whenever we're too concerned with how a piece of artwork is going to impact us as a whole, whether it's how many likes will this get on social media, or how will this make us look, or how will this contribute or detract from our overall like resume or portfolio. Whenever we worry too much about those things, it really detracts from the quality of the art we produce. And I feel like probably what contributed to my recent burnout and a lot of extra unnecessary anxiety was those really rigid expectations and boundaries and restrictions that I had set for myself. When in reality, art is a great form of therapy. Art is a great way to unwind and de-stress and have fun and take your mind off of all the other stressful things going on in your life. So by adding all those kind of burdens and responsibilities into my work, it really made even just the planning process to start a piece of work very daunting. And so with this piece, it just opened my eyes to just how fun the creative process can be if you let loose a little bit and let yourself be more impulsive and whimsical and just kind of follow your gut. I feel like a lot of times if we just listen to our inner voice, it tells us what we really need in the moment. And I think what I needed was just that breath of cheerful, jovial, fresh air. And creating this painting definitely helped me get there. Oh my, it appears I have been rambling for quite a long time now. I don't want this video to get too long, so I'll try to wrap it up. The last step in my painting process is just opening the PSD file in Photoshop, where I'm more familiar with some of the other editing tools. So I'm just going to kind of crop the image a bit, change up the sizes and proportions of different elements to make the composition flow more smoothly. And honestly, at the very last minute, I decided to listen to my impulses and add this little red kite to kind of be in the foreground and the background. So the kite itself is in the foreground and its tail kind of wraps around the cloud. And I just thought it tied everything together really nicely, especially how it balances out the rainbow arc on the top. So I'm really glad that, from beginning to end, this entire process was one that was very free and flexible and super, super fun to create. And I can officially say that I am now a fan of digital painting and definitely excited to continue exploring this medium. If you want to see a more extensive 30-minute tutorial video with voiceover and accompanying progress photos, as well as hundreds of hours of more exclusive rewards, check out patreon.com/happydartist. And if you want this cute pink kitty to brighten your home, I am offering fine art prints of this piece at happyd-artist.com. Also, since it looks like quarantine isn't ending anytime soon, I decided why not keep extending my spring sale into June. So if you want 20% off of your order of anything from my shop, including originals, just enter the code SPRING at happyd-artist.com and the sale will end June 30th. Okay, and now's the time for the Gamify demo, which will focus on how to use the Gamify app in the Wix App Store. If you want to learn how to build a website using Wix, I actually made a tutorial for that a while back, and I will link it on the screen right now and also in the video description. Gamify adds an element of fun to your website by letting you choose from their extensive library of many different games that your visitors can play when they visit your site. These games are all customizable and you can make them fit the theme of your website, and also you can even upload your own art into the game so that they feel uniquely yours. Especially during this season of quarantine, where a lot of us are turning to video games for some sort of relaxation or escape, I think adding a game to your website is a really fun way to engage your visitors and also just to give your website that extra level of pizzazz. Okay, so here's a demo of me applying this game to my Wix website. All I have to do is go to the Wix App Store, type in Gamify, select it, and then add it to the site. I've already picked out the Kite Kittens game because, in my opinion, it's the cutest game and it's just full of positive, pleasant vibes, which I think I really need right now. So once it's in my website, I can kind of drag it around to find the best location for it, and I can now begin to customize it. I have to first hover over the game, press the settings button, and it'll open the Gamify app portal where I can press manage my games. Right now I only have this one game, so I can just go ahead and press the settings icon on Kite Kittens and begin the customization process. The first step is just a quick demo playthrough of the game. It's super fun and very straightforward. You just kind of click your mouse to get the kitten to float up, and you're trying to hit as many yarn balls as you can and also avoiding hitting the clouds. Next, you can start customizing all the different facets of the game, including the text, the title, the description, even the background image, the loading screen, the end screen. I'm actually going to replace a lot of the images, such as the background image or the loading screen image, with the kitten painting that I just created, because it's also the background for my website banner, and I like the look and feel of the consistency between the game thumbnail and the website banner image. You can even change the individual game assets, such as the images for the numbers or the little yarn balls or clouds. I didn't have time to manually recreate all of the different assets, but you can use the built-in editor to tweak it a little bit, such as increasing the saturation, changing the hue and contrast, and things like that. And the last step in the customization process is the forms. You can add a custom form where you ask the player for their name. I've decided to skip that and go right on to my favorite part, which is the reward form. And this basically lets you give a specialized message to your players at the end of the game. So in my case, I wanted to reward my players with a 20% off discount code to my shop. So I can customize the message, the code, and even the image I choose to display. And of course, since I'm being redundant with using the same image over and over again, why not replace this image with yet another version of my cat painting? Okay, so as of now, we have completed the in-game customization, and as you can see, the background is replaced with my cat painting. And now that it's on my website, I can tweak a few more things just to make it blend in with the background banner's colors, such as changing the colors of the text on the game thumbnail, playing around with the different colors for the play button. These are just little small touches you can add to make the game feel more customized and just to polish it off and give it a more professional, cohesive theme. And now that that's done, I'm just going to publish this website and we can see the game in action. So here is a quick scroll through of the sample website I made on Wix. And as you can see, the top banner is my kitten painting and the Kite Kitten game is on the right of it. And if I click play now, it'll load the game and I can start playing it with my customized background. So it almost feels like I created this entire game just for my website, even though all I had to do was tweak a few things very quickly in their customization features. And there you have it. Thank you so much to Gamify for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. Gamify is offering a 2-week free trial, and you can check out my video description for more info, as well as a special 15% off discount code. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!